you know, under Singapore forever. There will come a day, yeah. I may not look like much to you today. I may not have a whole lot to contribute to Singapore or to community, but what you see about me, there's more to me than what you see on the outside. There is a life hidden there that is growing, and one day when Christ, who is my life, is revealed, yeah, then you'll see. Then you'll see. Yeah, there's more. There's more. Your life is hidden with Christ in God, but when Christ is revealed, a revelation, a manifestation, a coming forth, then you also will be right there with Him. Just like that attachment that goes with the email, and now it opens up. Yeah. Now, so what? Everything must come down to practical implications and applications. That's the A part of your soap. Yeah, if you don't reach the A part of your soap, well, you've had maybe a good time, reflecting, but you've got to bring it full circle. What does it mean? Back to Colossians 3. Very simple points of application. Number one, you can go up to number one. Yeah, okay, carry on. Back to, so I think this is an older, my PowerPoint is an older application, so it's probably not going to work right, but it's okay. Kingdom of God cometh not by PowerPoint. First, keep a heavenly mindset. Look back to verse 1. Since you've been raised with Christ, seek the things that are above, where Christ is seated at the right hand of God. Set your minds. That's a mindset. Set your mind. Your minds on the things that are above, where Christ is seated at the right hand of God, not on things that are on the earth. What does it mean to set your mind on heavenly things? Well, you could perhaps go to Ezekiel's vision, of the chariot and the wheels within the wheels, and the angels and the cherubim and the seraphim. You could think about the throne, and you could think about the crystal sea and the angels and the incense. And that's all wonderful, but not very practical. I think that Paul is speaking about something a lot more practical, and we'll look at it in a moment as we just browse very quickly through chapter 3, Colossians chapter 3. But before we continue that, as you can stay in chapter 3, Colossians, but let me read Philippians to you. Philippians chapter 3, verse 18. Philippians 3, verses 18 and 19. Philippians 3, listen carefully. Many live as enemies of the cross of Christ. I have often told you of them, and now I tell you even with tears. This made Paul very sad. That people who knew about the cross, but live as enemies of the cross. How do they do it? Verse 19, very simple. They're in this destruction. Their God is their belly, and their glory is in their shame. Their minds are set on earthly things. That made Paul cry. That people who name the name of Christ, they serve their belly, the belly god. Just thinking about what to eat next. Just living to eat. Their glory is in their shame. Things that that should cause us to blush. They celebrate. And every day we are bombarded with advertisements that just flirt with things that should cause us to blush. Their glory is in their shame. You even look at the names of businesses. It's not just in Singapore. I won't name any because I might get sued. Well, I guess I'll name one. I hope it's closed, and I hope this message never gets back to them because I might get in trouble. But a restaurant called, or a bar called, Original Sin. You know, that's flirting with evil. It's rejoicing. It's glorifying things that we should be ashamed about. And so that's the mindset of the world. The mindset on earthly things that made Paul cry. So back to Colossians 3. Since our true life is hidden with Christ in God and is to be revealed with Him in glory, since that is true, therefore, set your mind on heavenly things, where Christ is seated at the right hand of God. Then second, reject the agenda of the old self. And it's all here. And here's where we talk about the practical side of setting your mind on heavenly things, taking your mind off earthly things. Verse 5, put to death whatever in you is earthly: fornication, impurity, passion, evil desire, and greed, which is idolatry. These are the earthly things. This is the old self agenda. Paul says, put that to death. And verse 8, you must get rid of all such things: anger, wrath, malice, and abusive language, abusive speech from your mouth. That's all part of the old life. Paul says, strip it off. Just like you strip off that shell. Strip it off. And it has to be done again and again. Just like the locust. He doesn't molt just once. He molts again and again. And each molt, each season of shedding the skin is an anticipation of the next time, and a preparation for the next time, and in fact a prerequisite for that final molt when he spreads his wings and flies away. And it's the same with us. We have to keep on putting off the old. We have to keep on putting on the new. And that's verse 12. Clothe yourself. In fact, that takes us to that third point of application. Adopt the agenda of the new self. Live according to the virtues of that new life that is hidden with Christ in God. And it's not a mystery. It's all described here in very plain language. Verse 12, clothe yourselves with compassion, kindness, humility, meekness, and patience, and bear with one another. If you have a quarrel with anybody, forgive. Just as the Lord has forgiven you, so you must also forgive. That's what it means to set your mind on things above, to bring your life into alignment with the life of Jesus, and to live according to the agenda of the new self. Clothe. That's an image that we're using today of the locust, who sheds one skin, grows another, sheds that one, until he finally takes his beautiful form where he can fly away. And that's the life of following Jesus. You've got to shed your skin, not once or twice, but again and again. And this is the mistake that many Christians make. They think that when they say the sinner's prayer and have one conversion experience, that's their ticket to heaven, and they don't have to change anymore. And that is not true. That's simply not true. The Christian life is you go through seasons of shedding skin, of molting. I've been through several seasons, and if I had the time, I could take you through, from 1975, when I had my first conversion experience, first of many. I've been converted many times. When I got married, I had to get converted again. And everybody does, or else you won't last very long. Yeah.